Do you think Mother's Day should be renamed Post-Natal Persons Day?
Do I think? Say that one again for us, Sarah. Go on, what was that?
Do you think Mother's Day should be renamed Post-Natal Persons Day?
All right, OK, so, again, a bit of context. This is, I believe, anyway, after the Royal College of Midwives referred to postnatal people rather than mothers. This is chest feeders all over again, isn't it? Or mums on their website. They've since apologised, but only after a backlash on social media. Leo, I mean, what do you get your postnatal person for Postnatal People Day?
I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, we all know. Oh, all right, transgender men, so who were biologically female, have ovaries and all the gubbins you need to make a baby, but then transition to and present as a man. They're men, but they can have babies. But none of them are going to be like, oh my God, I can't go into this hospital. They've referred to me. They know what's going on. Like, I mean, mothers, wives. I mean, they're actually called the Royal College of Midwives.
Yeah.
Like, why are they midwives? Why isn't it mid-people? People in partnerships.
Mid-spouse.
I mean, like start at home. I think the whole thing is ridiculous, and I bet it's not driven by actual transgender people. It's driven by woke people who want to catch a couple of virtue signal points by getting offended on other people's behalf.
Go on, what's your take?
Well, sorry, I can't care either way on this story. Honestly, if you don't consider yourself to be a mother, you shouldn't be offended that they've said the phrase postnatal mothers. And also, if you are a woman and the word people has been used to define you, you are also people. I mean, that's not a controversial thing to say now, is it? You are also people.
But it's erasing womanhood from our lexicon.
Surely it's not. You're allowed to. I mean, I've said the word mother tonight. You're allowed to. Whether a pamphlet gets it wrong or not, you should probably care less. As long as you can still do it, you've got your freedoms. A pamphlet can get the word
But if our
wrong.
official bodies are removing the words woman, mother, things like that from the actual language we're allowed to use, that's driving the cultural use of language. This is like the Chinese Cultural Revolution.
But I think it's like, the story of the train that said ladies and gentlemen, and there was some pushback against that. So you could say everyone. And if you do, you shouldn't be offended. But if you say ladies and gentlemen, you shouldn't be offended. I don't think either way of these, the small gaps of people who should be impacted by this, don't seem like they're a bigger fish to fry, I guess, is my point on it. But obviously, I'm totally not impacted by this, as I'm none of the words I've just been talking about.
No, well, as a woman, I'm actually very impacted by it.
Well, this is the thing. I mean, there was that thing that blew up, didn't it, before or there will be actually talking about something later that did almost blow up in someone's backside, so I should probably be quite careful about this. But it did blow up, didn't it, before the Labour Party conference about whether or not men have a cervix.
Yeah.
But this is just biological fact, isn't it?
It upset me because the phrase was something like only women have cervixes. Yeah. And surely the plural is cervices.
I thought that. I honestly thought that, and that shows what sad little men we really are.
Get it right. Cervices, matrices, indices, we all know the plurals.
Yeah.
And also, if you want to be really nerdy about it, I think, doesn't it just mean neck? It's the Latin for the word neck.
Right.
So that's why your glands under there are your cervical glands.
Right.
So everyone's got a cervix. Which is the easiest way to back out of that argument, is go a little bit Latin, everyone's got a neck, move on. Of course, then the letters I'll get from people without necks.
Oh, well, the no-neck community is massive at the moment, but yeah, when will it end?
They should really wind their neck in.
Hey, here he is. Come on, everyone, that's the best one we've had all night. That's all right. So go on, we'll crack on. What's your take on whether or not men have a cervix?
I mean, men, genuinely, transgender men can and will have a cervix. So...
Yeah. It's a minefield, this.
Yeah, men, it's not that much of a minefield, but we've got to understand that there's very few, there's relatively few transgender men. And I don't think many transgender men are actually offended when they see something that says, men don't have cervixes. Or I mean, although, it could be seen as a sort of confrontational thing to say, to try and, divide them away from biological males.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think everybody, like Steve said, I mean, even though we're coming at it from slightly different sides, everybody needs to just relax a bit.
Yeah.
None of this is like an attack on anyone, and I can understand why women want to prevent their erasure from language.
Yeah, no, I can as well, absolutely. It just struck me as where is the feminism in all this? I've said it before, I'll say it again. Don't know if people threw themselves in front of horses so that a man with a penis could tell them what a woman is. I don't get that. I don't think that's a real thing. I don't really want to head down that direction as well.